Welcome to part 2 of the Gospel for men who refuse to be weak. In part 1, we spoke about why modern men feel lost even when they are disciplined, and why Christ was never weak. In this part, we are going to talk about a pattern you see everywhere, but rarely hear explained: why discipline without God slowly turns men cold. Discipline is powerful. There is no denying that. Discipline builds structure where there was chaos. It creates order in a man's life. It separates men who act from men who complain. A disciplined man wakes up early, trains his body, sharpens his mind, controls his habits, and delays gratification. In a world addicted to comfort, discipline feels like strength. And for a while, it works. But discipline by itself is not enough. When discipline has no higher purpose, it eventually becomes a burden instead of a tool. At first, discipline gives a man confidence. He feels in control. He feels superior to his old self and to those who are still undisciplined. But over time, something subtle begins to happen. The discipline remains, but the meaning behind it fades. The man starts asking questions he does not know how to answer. Why am I doing this? What am I building toward? What is all this effort for? If a man cannot answer those questions, discipline hardens him instead of shaping him. This is why so many disciplined men become emotionally distant. They are strong, but not warm. Controlled, but not compassionate. Focused, but not fulfilled. Their discipline is fueled by fear of weakness, fear of being ordinary, fear of losing control. And fear is a terrible foundation for a man's life. Without God, discipline becomes self-worship. The man becomes the highest authority in his own life. His standards become absolute. His control becomes rigid. And when a man places himself at the center, he has no room for grace, patience, or humility. Everything becomes a test. Everything becomes a threat to his identity. This is where men become cold. They stop forgiving easily. They stop understanding weakness in others. They stop allowing themselves to feel deeply. Emotion becomes something to suppress instead of something to govern. Relationships become transactional. People are measured by usefulness instead of humanity. The man may be disciplined, but he is no longer at peace. Stoicism, when separated from God, trains men to suppress emotion rather than redeem it. Red pill thinking, when separated from God, trains men to dominate reality rather than steward it. Both produce strength, but neither produces wholeness. Strength without wholeness always decays. God does not oppose discipline. God demands it, but he never